Hey everyone, I'm going to be doing a review and shooting test on a WE XDM 3.8. So there's two different versions, I believe. The 3.8, which is the compact version or subcompact or whatever, and then the full size, like combat size pistol, like full size, what you consider full size, but both of them have plastic frames. So this is my brother's pistol. He just got it, and I actually fielded it. In CQB, we did 2v2, and my HPA tank was empty on my USP, so I used this. With .28s, I have .25s in here now, but .25s work really, really well, actually. Occasionally it'll overhop. It's not the most consistent thing, but for a stock hop-up and barrel and everything, it works really, really well, especially for CQB. And for a short gun, that's what I'd use it for. It could be, for field, I guess, if you're going into a building, because a lot of fields have buildings, outdoor fields have buildings, and you can use this for, like, clearing rooms and stuff, which is perfect. I have a USP-C, the compact USP, and it's about the same size as this, but the USP is a little bit lighter because the slide is much thinner, and the magazine, it doesn't seem to be as hefty. It's not as long as this one. So I didn't really purposely pick my pistol to be HPA tap. I didn't really purpose it to be the short version of the USP, but I got a great deal on it, so I got a bro deal on it, so I just ended up going with it. And I actually like it. It's super small. It's not the best thing because, it's super small. And it's not like I have big hands or anything. None of these small pistols are too small for me. But it can be kind of small in the hands. At least other people say so when they pick it up. And that kind of makes me think, well, maybe it is a little small for me, but it's really not. Because the USPs, they have tiny base plates that, like, rest your pinky, so whatever. So back onto the pistol. There's two different models, like I said. This is the long magazine, the extended magazine. It's the standard length mag. They're silver. I'm not sure if they're all silver, but it has this base cap here. And when you get the XDM, it comes with two mags. It comes with this one with the base here, and then it comes with the one that goes into the gun and has a pinky groove on the bottom, but it's like the smaller size mag. This one holds 26, and the other one holds like 20. So it is chrome. It has the magazine capacity on the back for the real one. I do think it's interesting how on the bottom it says 40 S&W, 16 rounds, and then on the slide it says 45 ACP. So I'm not sure if this mag came with the gun or if this was an aftermarket bought one. I don't know, but I've seen people unbox these and they come with two mags. So let's talk about the mag. Obviously this, if you're using the extended version or the standard version, the standard length for the full-size one. Base plate has some trades on there, WeTech, Tactical, and then the 40 S&W, 16 rounds. Plastic feed lip, plastic follower. I think the feed lip should be metal, and the follower should be metal, at least the follower, because sometimes those crack, but the plastic feed lips are pretty strong. So that is the magazine. It is metal, and it holds a fairly good amount of gas. I have it loaded with .25s and propane. So onto the gun itself, we have a tan frame. You can get these in tan and black. It is a plastic frame. The whole frame is plastic. Adjustable back strap here. I think it comes with like 3 different sizes, but it's not the whole length of the grip. It's just down here. It's got a safety on the back, like a 1911, but it doesn't work. I don't know why. At least on this model. So the magazine releases ambi, which is really nice. I actually like that. Slide lock is not ambi, but it can be accessed if you're a lefty. It had a BB in there. Also, I like how when you charge the pistol, you can dump the BB out. You don't have to like blow into the barrel or fire the last round. You can just kind of turn it over. Here, let me put it in. You can just turn it over, and it can come out the bottom. So that's cool. So this is the takedown lever here. You have to have the slide pulled all the way back, and then you actually push it up, which is weird. You push it up rather than down, and then you can take the slide off. The slide here is metal. It's aluminum. It has WE standard finish, the paint, which isn't too bad. Some people hate it, but it's more realistic than KWA's. KWA's, their paint is glossy, and it's crap. Frankly, I think so. I'd rather have this finish. Now, on the side here, on the left side, it says 45 ACP compact 3.8, which is the length of the barrel, 3.8 inches. It says match on the barrel, 45 ACP. It's got sights, dot sights, 3 dot sights, white sights. It's got a cocking indicator in the back, which is really actually a nice feature. So when you fire it, it is not cocked, obviously, and then you cock it and it comes back, which is really cool. And then there's also a chamber indicator, but that doesn't do anything on the airsoft version because it really always stays up. The gun is relatively lubricated. I did field it. I lubricated it before I fielded it, but I did not clean it after. But it still cycles great. Safety on the bottom here, like the WE Glock. So that is the best safety because this one doesn't work. And then there's also a trigger safety. So if you don't, like a Glock, if you don't pull it back, it won't fire. That actually works. I'll show you. See? Doesn't work, or it does work. Doesn't fire. So let's go and take it apart, and I'll show you the internals. Now, WE makes some fairly good internals. Some of their parts are weak, but the design is great because it's TM stuff. So lower receiver here, a little dry. Everything looks in pretty good shape. This thing is 2 years old, but it hasn't been used a whole lot. The only thing that I could see breaking is the slide lock. That should be maybe not steel, but higher quality, not zinc, like WE zinc. The magazine catch will also wear out. I think those two should be stronger material. And then the hammer and the sear should be stronger material because the hammer will probably blow out on this. That's probably the first issue. In the slide here, you have a really nice recoil spring. The guide is, I guess, okay, but the spring is beefy. The nozzle in here looks beefy too. I'm not sure if it's compatible with anything else. It doesn't look like the Glock nozzle, but I could be wrong. I think it's totally different. And then the barrel in here, take that out. The outer barrel is not threaded. You have a WE USA 6.03, which I think all WE pistols and rifles come with 6.03s anyways. Like my M16 and ACR have 6.03 brass barrels. So I think WE's just trying to kind of make you think you're getting something different, but it's really just painted differently. Because I think their pistols come with 6.03s. I think. I'm not totally sure. Adjustable hop up here. All the way low hop, it seems to be pretty good with .25s, actually. But I think it also needs a break-in because the previous owner hasn't shot it a whole lot. So I may turn it up just a tad there. That screw is stripped. Holy crap. Yeah. He must have taken it apart and stripped. I know the previous owner. Dang. Well, the screw is, it's, like, glued in. It looks like it's glued in, so it won't come out or get loose, but good luck trying to replace the bucking. You could just buy a whole new setup, but the bucking's not too bad. But eventually it will wear out and not hop as much. But at that point, you can lower your weight or up the hop up. It just depends. Some pistols act differently. Like with my WP226 with the stock bucking, something just happened with it. It was not very consistent at all. It was trash. And then I got a garter, and it's great. But having other issues with the P226, so I have parts coming for it. So as far as the recoil spring, it's pretty nice. It returns the slide really quickly. Slide lock. So I'm just going to let you look at it real quick, close up. There's no trademarks on the pistol grip besides made in Taiwan. So I'm not sure if the real one's like, obviously the real one's not made in Taiwan, it's made in the US. Springfield. So pretty cool. It doesn't say Springfield up here, so it's technically not licensed because nowhere on it does it say Springfield. So You're getting some cool trades, better than KWA 6mm, just saying. So let's go ahead and shoot it. I have a magazine full of .25s and propane, and it is about 45 degrees out here, so it is fairly cold. I'm going to go ahead and shoot 2 mags through it, maybe 3, but I guarantee you it's going to be sluggish. But at no point on the battlefield are you going to have to shoot 2 or 3 magazines through a pistol with the same magazine, because when you switch mags, it's a new charge of gas, it's not as cold. So let's go and chamber BB. I've never had any jamming issues. The only thing I've noticed is sometimes the slide would lock back when it wasn't empty, but I think it was because the magazine was up too far, and I kind of just pulled it down a little bit, and it never had an issue. And I fielded this, so stay tuned for my CQB action video where I do 2v2 pistol game. I got like 3 people out, I think. I think I hit 3 people. Or maybe just 2 people. It was only like a 10 or 5-minute game, I think. So, okay, so let's just go in and shoot. The targets are a little more than 100 feet out there. It may not look like 100 feet, but I've measured this, and it's more than 100 feet, actually. I just don't feel like it is, but it is. So let's just go ahead and shoot a little bit here. That should be good. Okay, it is overhopping now. Let's go ahead and turn the hop up all the way down. This thing kicks really nicely too. And I will mention the FPS with .2s with the compact version is like 280. So it's really low. The full size I think is more like 300. But with 2.5, so this thing's probably about 240, 250 with 2.5s on propane. So not the best. Let's go and adjust this camera. Okay, there we go. So I'll go ahead and step up. I can't see where I'm shooting, so. See, there the slide lock back when it's not empty, so I'm going to pull the magazine down a little bit and see if it does it again. Yep. Did it again. Pretty consistent. I can see the BBs where they're going. So, it got through a whole mag without running out of gas. Let's go ahead and load the magazine up with more .25s. And I'll go ahead and actually aim in this time. I'm not putting any more gas in it. It's not really very gas efficient. I'm going to take the mag grip off because I think that's part of it. The slide lock issue, I think it's kind of pushing it up too much. So, or the slide lock spring is not powerful enough. Still overhopping a little bit. Oh, the magazine had jammed. It wasn't feeding, it stopped feeding. Oh, I have a BB that's not stacked right. I never had any issues with feeding when I was fielding it. Well, let's go ahead and see if it feeds. See, there's a gap there. It is overhopping, but it's super consistent with the overhop. Sounds like we're running out of gas. So that was 2 magazines. That's pretty good. I hope you guys can see the recoil. It's pretty solid. Now, I did not fill up the magazine full with propane. I just put a little bit in there because it seems like when you fill it completely to the top, it'll start to spray gas out, and that just cools it down even more. Now, if you're using this in this weather, please use MAP gas. Now, do keep in mind, MAP gas is going to put more PSI up into your nozzle and other components, too, because it's going to kick more. So, I guess it's TM compatible. I'm not sure how, if everything is TM compatible, because I did notice with my WP226, the nozzle and piston housing up in the compression parts up in the top are not TM compatible, but it says that they are, or it's supposed to be, but I'm pretty sure everything else is TM compatible. At least the trigger parts look like it. Okay, so this thing's working really good. I'll tell you, the max range with this and this current pistol, since it overhops, when the hop-up's all the way down with .25s, I'm telling you, where the hop-up sits right now, you can hit somebody at 150 feet. Now, if they're moving, obviously, that's going to be super hard. If there's trees in the way, there's brush in the way, it's obviously going to make it even harder. If you're, have adrenaline and you're shaking, and you're shooting too fast, or some, there's so many variables to it. But as far as shooting targets, you can hit a target at 150 feet. Easy, I'm going to say that. So if I put those targets at 150 feet, I would be able to hit those targets. Not every time, but... So, let's go ahead and finish off the rest of my BBs. Oh. Not feeding again. See, the BBs are jammed up. The person that owned this, never lubricated it, I don't think. So the magazine may need lubricated too. So it is overhopping, but let's check out the range. Yeah, that's super far. In this current state, if my brother uses this at a field, he's got to use 2/8 or 3s, which isn't too bad of a thing. Especially for CQB, you really don't need that feet per second, because if you use if you use 3s in this thing, it's gonna be shooting 200 FPS, and for field, people aren't gonna feel it, and the BBs are gonna fly so slow. But for CQB, he could use 3s, and it'll shoot probably dead on. Alright, well there we go. So I hope you enjoyed the review. I recommend the pistol. They retail for about $100, I believe. I think you can find it between 100 and 110, I'll just say that. Because some places are going to be more expensive, obviously, locally at local shops. But man, I'm actually interested in picking up a full-size black one. I'm interested in it, and I'm going to look over this mag and see if I can HPA tap this, and see if I can tap it for my brother. Because it's a sweet pistol. So thank you for watching. Chamber's empty. I'm just going to cycle it. It's really loud too. Lock back every time. So thank you for watching, guys. See you guys later.